If you're looking to get into real estate in 2024 but don't have a lot of capital, let me show you how to raise capital so that you can structure a no money down deal in your very first property. Hi everyone, my name is Payne. Today we're going to break down 5 simple steps for you to start raising capital. The number one thing that we need to figure out is the business model and whether or not that business model actually works in that specific real estate cycle. You'll be surprised how many people start trying to raise capital without knowing what the model is actually going to be. It could be Airbnb, but they completely neglected that the regulation has already changed in their city, in their county, or maybe it could be the anti-flipping law that's happening in their states or province. They're just not aware that whether or not that business model can actually work, and they stop pitching the ideas, and that really does not give you enough credibility. So make sure you anchor this one, the strategy that you're using, given the ROI and how much time the whole project is going to take. Too many people don't have the information ready before they start pitching. Now it goes into building your investor list. And for a lot of newer investors, they have a lot of objections in their head. They were like, why do people want to invest in me when I don't have a lot of track record? Or they might say, I don't know anybody who has money. But guess what? The reason why you're unable to raise any capital is because people don't trust you yet. It's not because they don't have money. They just don't want to let you know that they have money, because the moment that you pitch them, they don't want to hurt your feelings. You still want to make an investor list from your friends, family, colleagues. Try to write it down so that you have a bit of target. You don't want to be shooting things in the dark. The next thing you can do is the networking events. Networking events doesn't mean that you have to go to every single real estate event. It can be, let's say, a golf club that you join where you're doing a bit of tournament with other people. The goal is to try to network with as many people as possible, because once you have that relationship built with a different type of hobby or topics, then you can always kind of approach them and slowly pitch your real estate deal. And the last thing is the social media. Use a bit of social media to kind of increase your online exposure. Kind of like what we're doing here, right? We're teaching people, we're showing people, so that some of you guys will end up working with us. Just do the exact same thing. Start with your Facebook, start with your Instagram, LinkedIn, right? Set things up, let people know what you're doing, and then use social media to connect with other people. The challenge for you is to build at least 50 people on your investor list. If you don't have that, try to figure out how to expand that ASAP, because now we're going to talk about something interesting, which is how do you actually do the soft pitch. Way too many people, when they see the names on their investor list, they are just so eager and desperate to pick up a call and start pitching the deals and try to ask for money. Wrong. Raising capital takes multiple sessions, and the number one thing that you want to do is to approach them gently. The very gentle way that I do that allowed me to raise $550,000 at the age of 25 was that I was asking people for referral, and I actually figured out this method accidentally because I wasn't really trying to pitch anybody. I was just asking for referral on the business model, on the project I'm trying to invest in, and all of a sudden people were like, whoa, Ping, what do you got? Tell me about it. Don't skip me and try to ask me for other connections, because maybe I do, and maybe I'm interested in investing into your project. If you enjoyed this video so far, like, subscribe, and don't forget that we have an 8-week free training on raising capital, so make sure you click the link to sign up. Another way that I also find very, very effective is that you can approach to friends, family, and colleagues and be like, hey, listen, I got a project that I'm actually prepping to pitch it to other investors. Can you help me out with this? And they say, oh, okay, sure. People's guards down. And the moment that they started listening to your pitch, and they were like, oh my God, it is actually very good. It sounds very promising. All of a sudden, the person who's helping you prepping the pitch become your investor. Another thing that you want to keep in mind is that in this soft pitch, you really shouldn't be talking about the current deal that you're trying to go after. People only do business with people that they like. Then you can move forward into the presentation on the mock deal. You want to show them a step-by-step on exactly how investing with you is going to look like for the other person. And the most important part here is how are they actually going to get their money back, plus their return. As an investor, they really don't want to know too much details on how you're going to handle renovation, what kind of negotiation you're going to do. They just want to know that you're the right person to handle the deal, and their money is going to be treated with a lot of respect, and you're going to fully protect their hard-earned money. So what we usually do is that we present the previous deal or a current deal that we're working on, and then we showcase on exactly how this deal is going to flow with our current investors, so that they can understand this mock deal that we're discussing right now is going to be 100% applicable or identical for the next project that we're going to present to them. And at the end of this, if this meeting goes well, they will be asking you for agreement to review or just signing the letter of intent. If the investors are a little hesitant, you know that you haven't presented enough information for them to trust you, and that's the part of the qualification that you need to do before you move into the last part, which is a hard pitch. And in this step, you're really just asking the investor yes or no. So the goal here is that you're no longer selling yourself anymore. You're getting a firm confirmation so that you can get letter of intent or joint venture agreement signed immediately so they can wire the funds to you and actually close on the project. And this is the right sequence for raising capital. It does take multiple sessions before you can get here. So don't rush into this process. Get to know each other. Always look back, see what you can do. Do a lot of soft pitch to expand your investor list, because you'll be surprised how many people will come back to you after 2 or 3 deals because they see what you're doing on the social media here.